Hello everyone. It's me, Royal Insider, again. Every day I will tell you some interesting stories from the British royal family. Now let's get to the first story. Trooping the Colour is a traditional royal event, held annually to celebrate the birthday of Queen Elizabeth II. This year, the event was even more special because it was the first time that King Charles, the heir to the throne, led the military parade. On the royal balcony, the members of the royal family appeared to greet the crowd and admire the RAF flypast. Among them, there were two characters who attracted the attention of the public because of their mysterious exchange: Princess Charlotte and Sophie, Countess of Edinburgh. Princess Charlotte, 8 years old, is the second daughter of Prince William and Princess Catherine. She is one of the most adorable little royals of the royal family, with a bright smile and a mischievous personality. She often impresses with her cute actions, such as waving to the fans, posing for the camera, or speaking French with the world leaders. Sophie, Countess of Edinburgh, 59 years old, is the wife of Prince Edward, the fourth son of Queen Elizabeth II. She is one of the most beloved royal members, with her friendliness, humility, and dedication. She is also a wonderful mother, raising two children, Prince James and Princess Louise. In Trooping the Colour this year, Princess Charlotte and Sophie, Countess of Edinburgh, had a brief exchange on the balcony, making many people curious about their content. The video capturing the exchange was shared on Twitter by @RoyalCentral, and attracted more than 586,000 views. In the video, Princess Charlotte, wearing a red and white sailor dress, can be seen from the balcony, leaning on her aunt to tell her something. Sophie replied to Princess Charlotte, and the girl quickly left after the answer. At first glance, social media users thought that Sophie, the wife of Prince Edward, had scolded the girl, telling her to sit down when the military parade took place along the Horse Guards parade. This led to a series of responses posted below the video. One user said, "Whatever Sophie said, poor Charlotte. Maybe she was too noisy, but Charlotte seemed to back off quickly." Another added, "Look at Charlotte's reaction after Sophie said she was unhappy, laughing loudly, looking like Sophie was telling her to sit down." Others disagreed with the interpretation. She was not kicked out or told to sit down. "I suspect she asked a question several times and was answered now is," one user said. However, a lip-reading expert denied this, and revealed what the two royals really said. According to Jeremy Freeman, a famous lip-reading expert, Princess Charlotte asked Sophie, "Sophie, how long will it take?" perhaps wondering about the time of the parade. Sophie, Countess of Edinburgh, replied, "I think it's now," indicating that the parade was about to end. So the exchange between Princess Charlotte and Sophie, Countess of Edinburgh, was nothing surprising or controversial. It was just a normal conversation between a curious girl and a loving aunt. The two royals showed their close and warm relationship, and also made many royal fans feel delighted. At first I also thought that Princess Charlotte was scolded, but the experts helped me understand the dialogue. How about you? Please leave a comment. If you find it interesting, please give me a like and a subscribe. Don't switch channels yet, because there are more interesting stories in the video. Continuing the story today, I will talk about Prince George, 11 years old, the eldest son of Prince William and Princess Catherine. He is also the older brother of two siblings, Princess Charlotte, 8 years old, and Prince Louis, 5 years old. George is known as a very good big brother, always protecting and caring for his younger siblings. Let's see the sweet moments that George has shown with his brother and sister in the big events of the royal family. On Christmas Day 2022, Prince William and Princess Catherine's family attended the annual church service near their Norfolk estate. This was the first time Louis attended the service, and George made sure his brother knew he was there for him. As the family walked into the service, George placed a protective hand on Louis's back, even though Duchess Kate was holding her youngest son's hand and guiding him along. George's kind gesture touched many royal fans. George comforted his brother. "Louis, I'm here. Don't worry, the service won't last long. I'll play with you after it's over." Louis happily replied. "Thank you, George. I'm a bit nervous because there are so many strangers. Can I sit next to you?" George said. "Of course you can. I'll save a seat for you. But you have to behave well and politely. That's the duty of a prince." Louis smiled and said, "Yes, I know. I'll follow you." In May 2023, King Charles officially ascended the throne as the King of England. George stepped into the spotlight and attended the coronation with the King and Queen's pages of honor. This was an important and solemn role for George, who would be the heir to the throne after King Charles and Prince William. Charlotte and Louis entered Westminster Abbey with their parents. Charlotte was seen holding Louis's hand to guide him along. She also wanted to protect her little brother in such a big event. Charlotte asked, "Louis, are you nervous? This is the first time we attend Grandpa's coronation." Louis sighed and answered, "I am. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid I'll do something wrong and make Grandpa sad." Charlotte squeezed Louis's hand and said, "It's okay, you. I'll help you. I'll tell you when to bow, when to clap, when to smile. You just have to follow me." Louis smiled. "Really? Thank you, you. You are the best sister in the world." In 2022, Queen Elizabeth II passed away at the age of 95, leaving a great sorrow for the people of England and the world. In the funeral of the late Queen, George, Charlotte and Louis stood in front of Westminster Abbey with their parents to welcome the coffin of the late Queen. When the coffin passed by them, Charlotte nudged George to remind him to bow. She wanted George to show respect and reverence for their great-grandmother. Charlotte reminded, "George, you have to bow. That's our grandmother." George sobbed and said, "Do you know? I'm very sad. I love her very much. I don't want her to go." Charlotte whispered comfortingly, I'm also very sad. But I think she would want us to be strong and steady. She will always live in our hearts. She will always be proud of us." George replied, "You're right. I'll try to do better. I'll make her happy. I'll make her proud." As you can see, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis always care for each other even with small gestures. I hope their sibling love will always be warm and loving like that, whether now or in the future.